Hello, so I am Emma from Emma's Happy Place. I've got a website which is emmashappyplace.co.uk and a Facebook group which is Emma's Happy Place Arts and Crafts. Do join it because it is full of so many talented people. It's insane. And I'm just going to do the whole thing. Hi Jane. Tonight we're playing with resin. So, yay. There we go. That's done. So we're going to play with resin, and I've been racking my brains on what I would like to do with the resin. And I thought, why don't we just put stuff in the resin? And obviously, I've just been on holiday. I've got sea glass, I've got shells, I've got sand, I've got resin, I've got iridescent acrylic paint. We're going to chuck that in there as well and see what happens. So I've got the resin upside down. I've got a heat tool next to us, which... there it is. It's behind us now. It's there though, so I won't have to run off and find it. I've got mixing things. I'm ready, I think. I've got what I want next to us. But basically what we're going to have to do is we're going to make it and then we'll take it out on Sunday. And then what I'm going to do, because the placemat that I'm making, it's a big placemat. And it's got like a wiggly edge. It's supposed to be like a geo type edge. We'll take it out on Sunday, but then what I'm going to have to do when it's properly cured is, because the placemat and plates are going to go on top of it, maybe, I'm going to give it a coat of heat-proof resin, which will just be totally clear. And that's just basically a clear coat, which I can do on alive or not. It's not very exciting. It's just you tip it over the top and let it set and then clean the edges up. Hi Val, hi Kim, Heidi, hi Sheila. So I got these when I was on holiday, the sea glass and little bits of shells and things. And this, I thought in the middle of it, in the sand, would be quite cool. And it doesn't have to be a placemat. It can obviously sit in the bathroom and things. I've got sea glass in here. The shells, I think, maybe are going to be a bit big. But we'll see how we get on. We're just going to put stuff in it. Stuff you wouldn't... I mean, you can put anything in resin, basically. But things like acrylic paint and things, people usually opt to put alcohol ink in or stuff for, like, proper resin ones. We're going to use acrylic paint and see what happens. Hi, Brenda. Hi, Lainey. I can't even read, honestly. But I was live last night, and this is the book that I made. I'd done something different, so it was all weird. So there we go. We did lose a couple of beads, so I've had to glue them back on with acrylic medium, which I was a little bit thinking we would do, but they will go on. And I do have a giveaway in the Facebook group, Emma's Happy Place Arts and Crafts, for things I got on holiday and including this book. So there we go. So we're going to mix the resin. This isn't very exciting. It's a 2-part resin. And it is J. Dixon. And you know what? I'm just going to mix up what's left. And if I need to find another mould, I will. Oh, hi, Maureen. So I'm still chasing my tail since I come back. I can't seem to get back into the rhythm. 70. We'll go with 70. So 7 at 7 is 6 at 6, 140. So that's what we need this to be. I'm really good at maths, aren't I? Oh, up to 145. I'll pop a little bit more of the other stuff in. What did I say? 140. So just a little bit more of this, just to take it up. Because you can get it a little bit out if you want, but you need to get as close as possible. Oh, that's why that's not working. Come on. Just a little bit more. Just a little bit. There we go. That'll do nicely. So, like, a gram or so either way is not going to do anything radical to the resin, but ideally you want it to get spot on. Oh, I've got a bigger mixing thing here, and this is where it takes a while because you've got to mix it initially. I don't know why it's shy. I should have gloves on because I think this may get messy. Bear with, I'll just grab some. I've already getting some on my finger. Oh, these are my chicken gloves. I think I've told the tale before how I hate raw meat, so I keep gloves in the kitchen all the time. It's ridiculous. I know Christopher laughs every time, but I cannot bear it. Cannot bear it. It's good for resin though. I'd rather have resin all over my hands than chicken. Bella was ecstatic. She was really ecstatic, and then she had a little bit of a huff, and then she was all over us again. Hi, Tracy. And now she's just, every time I either leave the house to nip round the shop or go to the toilet, when I come back down, you think I've been away for a week. I mean, it's lovely, don't get us wrong. But it's a 5-minute rigmarole every time. Like, come on, I've just been to the loo. Nah, she's lovely. Absolutely lovely. And she's grown so much. I'll say, Jane, that's a bit better. That's a bit more than a chicken. But I'm with you there as well. I'm with you there as well. I don't actually mind it too much, but I'm not a fan of it under my nails. On holiday, I was eating some fruit. It wasn't a mango, and it wasn't melon. It was somewhere in between. And it stained my nails for nearly the full week. Oh, she really is. But I mean, it's like, she does this thing where she like runs up and around your neck and down the other side of your shoulder. And she's big now and she's heavy. So I've got to grip onto her for dear life or else she'll fall. She's just so excited. And she's not actually like biting or anything. It's just like a mouth opening. She's just rubbing slaver all over us. Oh, lovely, Brenda. Absolutely lovely. Yeah, Bella didn't actually grow in size. She grew in width and muscle. When she threw herself at us when we came back, honestly, she nearly like took my knees out. Oh, I'll get cramp in my hand. I haven't even been mixing that long. They're lovely, the one. There's nothing nicer than a dog's welcome when you're coming home. Right, so this probably won't cover the whole thing, but like I say, I'm going to give it another coat of heat proof, depending on what I choose to do with it. The only reason I'm not making it all with heat proof resin is because I can't find it. I've buried it. You know what I'm like. Right, that'll do for that. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to tip a bit in here, which is going to mix with the sand. That bit there. And this one, what's left of it, I'm going to mix with Pebeo iridescent acrylic paint. And what you want to do is when you're using resin is you don't want to add too much. So that's literally it. That's all I'm going to add. Because if you mix too much of something in with it, anything, even resin, like resin, proper resin tint, you're going to get, it's where it changes the consistency of it, it changes the chemicals in it, and it doesn't set. So I thought rather than go with blue, we'll go with this iridescent gold and see what happens. So there we go. So like I say, it probably won't fill the whole mould. I'm looking for more a bottom coat of it so we can put everything in it that we want in it. Yeah, just bear with. I need a cloth for my hands. Cloth, I mean kitchen roll. And then I'm going to bring this in. And I'm working on this paper, so if my bench is a little bit off tilt and we're going to end up with it on a slant, I can tuck bits of paper underneath the paper so we don't end up with a lip in the resin or anything. And I'm going to take some tape and get any little bella hairs off, or fluff, or anything. And then Sunday we will, as say, we'll demould it. It depends how thick I can get it. We might need to do another coat of it, and we might do a white underneath or something. I don't know. We'll see what happens between now and Sunday. If I actually do anything else before Sunday, what I'll do is, what was that? Did you hear that drop? I'll make a video of it just as a little extra, and then we can demould it either Sunday or Tuesday, depending on when it's setting up. Yes. So basically, sometime from Sunday onwards, it will be demoulded. Hi, Rianne. Oh, that's getting any little Bella hairs, straight, anything. The rest is actually underneath it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop a little bit of this in the middle, like that, to start off with. And you can kind of see, well, maybe you can't see the iridescent gold, but you will. And then, see, I was thinking one of these in the middle. Actually, you know, other way up, Emma. Other way up. But I'm thinking, is it too big? Yes, it is. If it was, yeah, it's too big. Okay, we'll scrap that idea with that. I'll pop, oh, that's where the sand's going. I'm going to pop that over here now, so it doesn't, you know, we'll pop it there and it'll set in. It'll be extra hard. And then what I'm going to do is pop the sand into here and give it a stir. So this is actually Gran Canaria sand as well. It came back in this case. Like I say, Christopher buried himself so many times in it. And he obviously just must have been sat next to it and decided that he was going to fill the phone thing up with it. I don't know. Anyway, it's here, and I'm not getting it flying back to take it back, so we're using it. Yeah, pop that there. So the sand can actually go here, like this, and we can actually probably put it around quite a lot of the edge of it. And what will happen is the rest of the resin will pull it out. And what we're looking for, it's never ever going to be an exact image of what you think it's going to be with resin. That is for sure. Bella, it's down the street. Do you want to go and see? Somebody down the street, any? She found her voice as well. So this bit here I might do blue. And this bit can be some of the sand. I think I'm definitely going to have to find some more resin. There's no way this is going to be enough. But that, even that, we can work on it. Because, yeah, there's no way that's going to be enough. I don't know where my maths came from for this. That's fine. I want all that out anyway and over here. It's not even going to be enough to fill half of it, is it? Look at that. It's a good job. I'm not a rocket scientist or anything, isn't it? Rocket scientist. Oh, there we go. And then I'm going to grab some more resin really quickly. And we're going to mix some more up. There is ways of working out how much resin you need for the molds. I don't know how to do it, so I'm just going to change these and clean that off because I think I want to use it. I'll get rid of that. Bear with it, I'm just going to grab this resin because I've got a massive big box of it. I haven't opened yet. There it is. Oh. It's the same resin as J. Dixon. I just haven't opened it yet, so I'm going to mix some more up. Say I am, I kind of get into it. Where's my scissors? And we're going to add some sea glass and some sea to it. Maybe it's a little bit white as well, because we've started now and I'm not going to stop. No problem, Brenda. That's absolutely fine. Oh, and I've got a couple of mixers in here as well. Right. So, just double check it's still 1 to 1. Where does it tell us? Let's look here. That's 100. Yeah, with 1 to 1 anyways, both exactly the same size. I'm going to do this here. And I'm using the same pot because, you know, bear with. Oh, they've got those plastic stoppers in. Does anybody else hate them? I never get into them. The childproof everything, which means it's Emma-proof. No, you can't have the plastic, little girl. Don't even think about it. It's all poison. Poison for puppies. Right, so this is A and this is B. Scissors to get in. No, exactly. No point mucking into the pots. I was convinced there would be enough though, you know. Right, A. We'll go with another 50 or 60. Why not? 60. So that's 120 because I don't want to fill it right up because, like I say, I do want to add. That's A. That's this one. They've got letters on, which is really handy for someone like me. And then B. So we've got up to 65 there now. So 28. 128. That'll do. I'm not going to argue over 2. I think my scales are a little bit dodgy anyway. They just add extra numbers on. Right, more gloves. Wipe me mitts. Yeah, we're having chicken curry for tea tonight after this, so I can't use all my gloves. Look, I've got a massive box of them. Right, we'll shift that onto there. And then this. And go on to then set. What's these? These are really good. You get these in with the J. Dixon resin. And you can scrape everything into it. I know, Belle. You don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, she's gone from being totally fine for a week without us to, hey, she sits on my foot. I mean, she did that anyway, but I thought maybe when I come back she wouldn't be as clingy. I should have known better. I can see the gold in that. Looks stunning. Do you like it, Belle? I moved your chair over so you don't stick your nose in the resin. She's got a little chair like a toddler, and she stands up next to us and watches what I'm doing. Don't fall, me, because I've moved you over. But I've moved her over so she doesn't get resin on her nose. And in this side, I'm just going to put a little bit more on here in case we want any more sand. And then in this one, we're going to go with blue. And I want it to be a very, very, very light blue. But I also kind of want to use this to see what it does. Does it set quick? This one isn't the 4-hour set one. So this will probably take a while. I would say a good 24 to 48 hours. Oh, look at that. I'm not going to mix it. That's just a tiny little bit. The sea glass is green as well, you see. So that's what, this is what I'm thinking anyway. We'll see. We'll see how we get on. It's not supposed to be sea exact. It's just supposed to be sea inspired. Holiday inspired, much like everything I'm doing at the minute. And then you know what? I think we'll go around here again with it. Because why not? Because the pattern we'll see is pretty much on the other side. And across there with it. And then there's not much of that left, so I'll put that here. And then rather than more sand, I'm going to add a little touch of white. And just see what happens. See if it will make some waves. Or something similar. And then we'll possibly add like a mosaic of sea glass somewhere. Just some little bits. I've got some tiny little bits as well. I'll put that there. There's, what's the words I'm looking for? J. Dixon do a 4-hour demold, but it's still a good 24, 48 hours. I wouldn't demold it if you want it to stay totally flat. It just means you can demold it in that time. I cannot touch you better. I've got monkey hands. She's got a sock. I cannot. Look at this little dog. There she is. Look at the sock. There's your sock. Get that. It's much like having a toddler. That's all I can say. Right, so white. I'm finding white acrylic because this oh, there it is. Titanium white. That's just lush, absolutely lush. And just got a thing for socks. There we go. Just a tiny little bits. I don't want to add too much acrylic paint to it because I don't want to change the chemicals in it. And what you can use is, you know, the builder's wet wipes. You can use them to clean your resin up really, really well. I've got some upstairs, which is what I'll use. This is going to go along there and along here. And the longer you leave it to do what it's going to do on its own, I would say the better before you apply heat. But you don't want to leave it too long that it's not going to move. I mean, we're going to add it straight away here because we are. Because I want to. Do you think I should add the sea glass? Because I'm quite liking this. Just add a little bit, just some hints of it, and it'll have to be kind of round here. Ooh! So this sea glass is stuff that Christopher found ages ago. It cardboard sale. I don't know, but quite happily add some in. Just little bits. Maybe it's going in a bit of a. We don't want it too thick though. That's the main point of it. Because this here is a certain width and I want it to be flat. It's when you see it when it's done, it's gonna look totally different. Again, on the other side, this here is pretty much not what was in my head, but nothing ever is when I start. But I do need to leave a little bit of a lip to top it up with the heat-proof stuff on the other side. So what I'll do is I'll flip it over and I'll add it on the top, and then I'll probably have to do some sanding and stuff to make it sit right, just because I'm lazy. But another thing I could do with this is I could take it out too early so it's still tacky and I'd make it into a bowl. But we'll do that again. There's loads of stuff we can do with it. And some different colours going on. Oh, I've got a really green one here. We'll pop that in there just to... Hold on. I've got bees and all sorts in here. There is the teeniest, weeniest, tiny little shell there, which will fit in perfect. Sorry, I'm taking my hand on it. It's mine. Can't see. It is fascinating because not even I know what it's going to look like when it comes out. It'll be totally different to what we're imagining. Full stop. I did see another shell, I'm sure I did. It's tiny little bits here going in this bit. You know what, we're going to end up with so much sea glass in here now because it looks nice. And I want to get all the different colours in. I have got some ground sea glass from the same car boot sale. Christopher finds all this stuff. It's tiny, tiny little bit, different colour. The boy's good at finding stuff that I think I'll never need that I end up using. There isn't a little shell there, but there might be in here. See, they're too big. Them I could do in something different. And even that's not too thick. Should we pop that in? No. Don't faff too much, Emma. Don't add anything that you don't know will fit for definite. This dialogue that's going on here is what actually happens when I'm on my own as well. There. Right, stop. Stop before it goes too much. I need the heat tool, and the heat tool will act. Some people use... Oh, bear with. Some people use a torch, like a fire torch, like a creme brulee torch. And that's always fascinating, this, isn't it? What happens in this house? Like a creme brulee torch, and it gets the bubbles out. But this will do the same sort of thing. I'm going to heat it up first, and it won't blow the resin about too much. Michael did fix it, but you can kind of hear it's not playing very much. But watch, you can see all the bubbles. Actually, I'll move it in. You can see any bubbles burst, and it starts when you warm your resin, it moves. So it's quite a good idea to warm your resin before you even start mixing it. And that just by warm it, I mean like standing near a radiator in the winter or standing in some warm water. But I tend to find this resin doesn't need it. And over the time of this setting, it will totally change and it will move and it'll look totally different. And I might even put a completely different colour on the bottom of it. Like, well, no, I won't actually. I will put clear so we can see exactly what it is. I do plan to do more resin though. I have got a few ideas. I do need to stress as well though, when you're adding heat to your moulds and things like that, it does kind of lessen the life of them a bit. So do it sparingly. I mean, this is quite a mild heat. It's hot, but it's not fire. So moving it round, see it moving. You see it totally changing, so it's starting to look like waves. And I have to stress, I am no. Hi, Dominic. No resin expert. You can put a photo on resin. What you need to do though with that is you do need to put it through a laminator first. If you put the photograph in, it will ruin it. But if you laminate it and then cut round it so it's enclosed, you can easily put it in. And if you use a strong laminating plastic, then it will hold its shape as well. So I'm not going to touch that anymore. Because I'm going to put a clear coat on, I'm not even fussed that it is not, like if it's not totally straight. So like my bench is on a conch. The whole house is on a conch, to be honest. I want my house. But all this can stay and set here. So I'm not making the mess any further. Yeah, I'm happy so far. I can't wait to see what's on the other side. Cannot wait. You can literally put anything in resin that you want. If you want to set flowers and things like that, dried flowers, then you've got to be really careful not to, what's the words I'm looking for? Not to let bubbles and things in them. They've got to be really dry so there's no moisture in them. Your best bet is to dip them in resin first and then put them in the resin. Photographs need laminating or any kind of documents. You can put rings, watches, absolutely anything in, but everything that you put in resin is a risk of leaving bubbles. Like this, bubbles won't really matter at all because of what we're going for. But if I didn't want any bubbles at all, literally it would be a case of just coming back every few minutes and trying to get the bubbles out again, heating it until you can't do it anymore, until it's too set. Another trick to get rid of bubbles is alcoholing. Alcohol, like Iprosol, isopropyl, whatever it's called. And you just spray it on and that will pop the bubbles. But most bubbles in resin and things will come to the surface on its own. I'm looking around now for me alcohol. I've got it. I've used it loads. You've seen it before. It's just vanished. The fairies. Oh, there it is. So what you do with that is you just spray it a bit and any surface bubbles will just pop. So it's great just to keep coming back and doing that, say, every 10 minutes up until, say, about an hour. Yeah, the dandelion, probably, I think I've seen it as well. And what I got the gist of is to spray it with hairspray to make it stay. But that's like resin, that's like professional level resin. I've seen people putting like cigarettes in so they look like they're smoking. I've seen people put McDonald's hamburgers in. It's insane what some people can do. This is, so far, we've got a random shell in there because I couldn't find another little one. But with that, I will love you and leave you. I will see you Sunday at 7 to see what's happening with this. But if I don't demold it, then I will demold it on Tuesday because I will need to put another layer in so it's full. And Jessamite is awesome as well. You can get loads of plasters and things that you can do similar stuff with. I'll show you if you hang fire. I was messing with plasters and things. Don't move, don't go anywhere. And this is what I did. Not long before I went on holiday, I had an idea of splashing the mould with acrylic paint. It didn't turn out great, so back to the drawing board with that because that was too thick. But that's one of them. I'm just going to paint over that and do something different with it. I did that one as well with nothing on. And this one I made like it's a bowl. And round the bottom what I did was I added a little bit blue and didn't put the colour in properly. So I'm into everything, you know. I'm just into everything all the time. But I thought with this one, the bowl, because it's just got a hint of the blue, like that, we could easily paint something inside to decorate it. Loads of plans, loads of half-finished stuff. It's really hard work being in my brain. Yes. Jessamite is a type of plaster. You're mixing it with a kind of medium. You can get loads of different plaster mediums to make your resin, to make your plaster harder. I know that J. Dixon do resin plaster, which is plaster that you mix with water, but they've obviously put something in the plaster to make it a bit more hard. There's Jessamite, there's that. There's loads and loads of them. There's another company that do like a plaster type stuff, which is, hang on, I'm looking for a label here. My life. Anyway, Jessamite were the first ones that I think I've ever seen that did it, and then obviously you go down a rabbit hole, don't you, and find more. They do resin, but they now do a plaster type with it as well. Anyway, that's a whole new ball game. Like, it's just, you should see my house. It's insane. It does come out like stone, but you can colour it as well. There's loads of different types of Jessamite. Which one are you using? The one I have is Jessamite. What number is on it? Jessamite. I can't see the front of it. I can't see the front of it, but it's Jessamite. It's the basic one. It's the one that's just like a plaster that you mix with something. But then it's called Hydroflow, the other one. Just remembered, AC100. I think that's what I'm using. if you go on, oh, what's it called? Why doesn't my brain work? There's a website that does all the different gessamites, and you can get like stone effect, you can get like granite effect. There's loads of different ones. It's so interesting, but I've never, cash won't let us try everything, unfortunately, but I wish it did. When I win the lottery, I will. I'll have everything. But yes, I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to go and feed Christopher. I will see you Sunday at 7 p.m. with new stuff. I'm so excited. Have a lovely, lovely weekend, and I will see you very soon. Just send us a message if you want us for anything. Yeah, send us a message, and if I do anything else with this, I will pop a video up. And if not, we'll demold it on Sunday and see what happens from there. Lots and lots of love. Bye for now.